So, hi, Chris, and
Hello.
um, tell us a little bit about who you are and why you're involved with this project.
Well, I went to Christchurch in, I hesitate to tell you, 1967, and it for me was a very sort of life-changing experience. It was very important for me, and it influenced a lot of things that happened to me subsequently. So, 40 years and a career later, life having been reasonably kind, I thought I would try and give something back to Christchurch, and so I volunteered to work in the development office. And that was about 2 years ago, and over that period, I got to know Stephen Darlington quite well. And we talked about doing a North American choir tour because we haven't done one for 5 years. And I was able to help with the organisation and help a little bit financially. And that's really how I got involved.
Oh, fantastic. So, tell me also a bit about why you think bringing the choir to the alumni in North America is a little different, and what we hope to get out of it.
Yeah. I think one of the problems with overseas alumni generally, and certainly is true in North America, is that inevitably there are very few events that enable people to have their Oxford or Christchurch experience living away from the UK. And what we hope to achieve is to have this choir tour be something of a focal point for alumni and a way of bringing people together as Christchurch and indeed Oxford alumni, and hopefully enabling them to recall some of their time at Oxford or Christchurch, and to enjoy that very special feeling which is part of being a member of Oxford or Christchurch.
Yeah. We're also expanding our horizon here beyond alumni of the house. Could you speak a little bit about that, about our wider welcome?
Yeah, well, historically, when the choir has gone abroad, it's really done so on a sort of cap-in-hand basis. In other words, we've raised a little bit of money locally and paid for a trip. What we hope to do is to interest a wider public in the choir's work. The number of male voice choirs in the world of this standard is very few, and we're fortunate enough to have one at Christchurch. And what I hope we can achieve with this tour is to widen the audience for the choir's work. They already publish recordings and they get invited to sing overseas and so on. But where I'd like to end up really is with sort of a Friends of the Choir kind of network,
Yes.
which isn't Christchurch people, or indeed just isn't just Oxford people. It's the public at large, and our intent with this trip is to cast the net as wide as possible and to encourage as many as possible people to come and share this experience.
Yes, because I found it incredible when our partner Ben Rowe, we'll speak more about him in a moment, told me that 65 million people in America either have sung or sing in choirs. I had no idea how massive the choral world is in North America.
No, and I think few people realise that, and the image I think of choral music in North America is of something that, to be polite, is not flourishing. But I think the contrary may well be true. Every small church throughout North America that's worth its while has a choir.
Yes.
And I think people get a great deal of joy out of singing. I did. I sang for what I call the second string at Christchurch. I didn't make the first division, and just I have very fond memories of those performances and the things that we did. And I'm sure other people with their choirs have similar memories, and hopefully this concert will be sort of a joyful experience for people.
Yeah. Then you might mention a bit more about our plan to have open rehearsals and what this might mean.
Yes, again, I think that's all part of the theme of trying to get as many people involved and interested as possible. What we hope will happen is that other choirs from the various locations in which we're performing will come and join us, either as part of the rehearsal, part of the performance, or merely as people who want to attend the concert. But again, under the heading of casting the net as widely as possible, we'd very much enjoy it if people were if choirs from the various locations were to join us in these various concerts and rehearsals. And the open rehearsal is intended to be a place where, without great formality or whatever, people from choirs can come and join in and hear what we're like and see what it means to rehearse a choir of this caliber.